Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and here on this channel I ramble with articulation, I hope, about a variety of musical, visual and oral elements that I pull from videos that I watch. And today I'm making an overdue return to The Hound and the Fox, and I'm going to be looking at their cover of Dream a Little Dream of Me. This is a song I absolutely adore. It was written in 1931 by Fabian Andre and Wilbur Schwant, with lyrics by Gus Kahn. It did fairly well for itself at the time, but it hit its stride in, I think it was 66, 67, 68, something like that, when it was covered by Cass Elliot with the Mamas and the Papas. And that version is probably the one that most of you have heard before. It was number 1 in Australia. It was number 2 on the US Adult Contemporary chart. It was number 12 on the Billboard 100. It made it to number 11 in the UK. Did very well for itself, is what I'm saying. It was platinum in the US, which is fantastic. Apparently, I didn't realize this, there are over 400 recorded versions of this song. I mean, I'm sure that's true of a lot of songs because of things like YouTube, but this is like official recordings, and they started, you know, as I say, back in 31. First recorded in February 1931. The Mamas and the Papas version is the one I heard first. I've also sung 2 or 3 different arrangements of this in my time, but a couple of covers I particularly wanted to highlight because I just think they're really good fun. One is Robbie Williams. If I understand he wasn't that big in Canada, I don't know about the US. He of Millennium fame and stuff like that, rock DJ. He did 2 swing albums, Swing When You're Winning and Swings Both Ways. This is on Swings Both Ways as a duet with Lily Allen, and I highly recommend you check it out. It's quite wonderful. And the other one is just the most unexpected, which is that the German power metal band Blind Guardian did a cover of this. And if you've never heard that, I also recommend you go and listen to it, because it's quite lovely, but also it turns into power metal. And if you know this song, that's not what you expect at all. But it's great. I genuinely really enjoy it. So do check that out. But today we're going to be looking at the Hound and the Fox's version, and I've been away from Riley and Mackenzie for a bit, so I'm looking forward to coming back to this and seeing what they do with it. Do check the description below where you'll see the link to their original. I obviously encourage you to listen to that and support them before you check out my reaction if you haven't heard it already. And that's about all I have to say about this, I think. So I'll just say welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. If it is, the way this works is I'm going to watch this through from beginning to end, commenting and emoting over the top, and then I'll go back, I watch it again, and this time I pause, I interrupt, and I offer what commentary and analysis I feel I can, based on what I've just seen and heard and the foreknowledge of having seen it once before. Please do like the video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, the usual. And if you would care to support the channel, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, where you can support for any amount. At patreon.com/DavidKReacts, where there are donation tiers of, I want to say it's $2 and $4 Canadian dollars. I think I actually forget what I've set. But it's not a lot, but it just allows you to support the channel and gives you access to my Discord and thanks at the end of each video. The $4 tier is literally just some folks wanted to be able to support with a little more money, and it just gives you a slightly bigger name there right now, but I'm hoping to do more with those tiers later in the year. Or you can leave a super thanks here on YouTube. Any of those very gratefully received, no pressure of course. If you have done any of those things in the last couple of weeks, I'm sorry, I will not be recognizing them in this video because I'm recording this well in advance. I'm going to have a busy couple of weeks coming up, and as I discovered when I went away on holiday and I didn't have anything in the can to put up, I just lost a couple of weeks of videos, and I don't want to do that again. So this is being recorded, I think, 3 weeks in advance of when it's going to come out, I think, just to make sure I have stuff ready. But yeah, I think that's everything. So without any further delay, let's bring up the video and see what Riley and Mackenzie have done with Dream a Little Dream of Me.
Stars shining bright above you.
I love that as a start. Oh, the baba.
Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you.
Oh, those chords.
Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me.
I love the sort of slight color voce she has there.
Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me.
Oh, these harmonies
while
are stunning.
I'm alone, as blue as can be. dream of me.
Cool camera effect, I like that.
Stars fading, but I linger on, dear.
Ooh, that line.
Still
Wow.
craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this. Sweet
Their
dreams
tones are
till
so gentle.
sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, this video is so sweet. Great piano.
Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this.
They've just come up with such great harmonies for this. They really
Sweet dreams till
have.
sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries far behind you. But in your dreams,
stunning.
whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of me.
Oh. Oh. Oh, and the traffic sounds. That's a great way to end. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. They did such a good job of that. Also lovely to hear them sing with the piano. That's a new sound for me, for them. Let's see if there's any information in this. That was just stunning. Recorded and mixed by Riley. Piano arrangement by Nathan Aleph. And mastered by Bill Hare. Excuse me. Nathan, stunning work on that piano arrangement. That is just gorgeous. It's the perfect level of keeping the piano moving, but not having it do too much so that it kind of takes over. And yet the piano is very much a third character in that, in the performance. Just gorgeous. I love this song so much, and they really, really... I love that they chose to go for the quiet. You know, you could go for kind of the more upbeat da 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 da, that sort of feel for it. I love that they went for something more reserved. I noticed this is on a lullaby album. That makes complete sense. I know they've put a few lullabies out recently, which also makes complete sense. But this is that's just stunning. Let's go back and have a listen to this and see if I can, what I can talk about.
Stars shining.
I love that we start with just that. And notice the bass note. Bum. It's the fifth. Bum. That's also the fifth. We have this very open sounding chord to start this with. The choice to have the fifths at either end gives us, we know what key we're in. The chord establishes the key, but it starts us off on a very gentle footing somehow. It's a really, really nice, it's ever so slightly sort of an unfinished start, if that makes any sense. That's a weird way to say it. But it's a lovely point to start high up, and then we can settle a little bit later in the song. Really, really nice choice.
Stars shining bright above you.
The tone of the piano is so gorgeous as well. There's just a slight airy quality to the ambience around it, and you can just hear the of the depression of the pedal as the pedal is changed, lifted up and put back down again to hold notes on. It's a very, very gentle sound, but it's lovely to hear because it gives you that beautiful live quality of listening to the piano as it is being, you know, probably a grand piano that they've mic'd in through the lid, and you just hear that motion as they're playing it, and it's just gorgeous.
Above you, night breezes seem to whisper, I love you.
I also love that these harmonies are not exactly what you would expect. They're a little jazzy, they're climbing a little, they're little minor here, little major there, some passing notes and blue notes coming in here and there. And it's just giving us this sense that this arrangement is going to have some interesting harmony in it once it starts being sung by both parties as well. Mackenzie's voice here at the beginning, it's just such a beautiful lullaby quality too. I mean, it is for both of them when they come in, but it's absolutely perfect for this scene we have of her with the baby, just this very gentle, quiet, go to sleep. It's gorgeous. And I love that they've twinned this lighting. We have this faint pink light that's coming in from the left side of the screen, and then obviously we can see this warm bulb that's lighting from the opposite side. And the yellow and the pink kind of mixing together is such a beautiful shade for this. I also love that, you know, this is baby's nap time. It's not dark outside right now. We have everything changes when we switch to the Riley and Mackenzie scene, whereas just now where we have Mackenzie, and I am a terrible human being, I can't remember the baby's name. I will put it up here rather than looking it up now. But I love that we just get this is natural nap time for babies, and so that's when it's been filmed. It's a nice little lighting choice, and I like that a lot.
To whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me.
Oh, that resolution is amazing. Is that? I think that's a sharp tonic. Da, da, down there in the bottom of the piano. Such a beautiful resolution at that point in time, and I love this slow crawl down we've had the whole way through the introduction with the piano. Also, really nice touch. I love that when Mackenzie's in this scene, we have this very simple frilly gown, still, you know, quite elegant, but something that's just a little bit more simple, and then we go to the two of them and it's now fully dressed up in the evening gown. Really, really nice choice of costuming in this. I also love that Riley's bow tie matches the colour. Really, really nice stuff here. But yeah, just
Sycamore
tree. There's that, I'm exaggerating it, but the at the end of it, it's this lovely aspirate quality that it's very kind of ASMR almost. You know, it lulls you to sleep. It's a very, very kind of soporific sound, and not in a, you know, I'm going to sleep because the song is boring way. This is just, I could drift off to this, just bathe in this. I talk about bathing in music. You could bathe in this music. It's just beautiful.
Dream a little dream of me.
And she has those dream of me. Again, I'm exaggerating, but she has this pure quality, and then the aspirate quality comes back in again as she drifts off the note again. So she's hitting these very clean notes and then allowing that quality to slip back in again. Really lovely choices. And so here we have a different room, different window. It's nighttime. We get this beautiful pink light from one side. Now it's more of a bluey color coming from the other side, but again, this lovely contrast of colors across the screen. Great choice of having the mic dead center. This is a Shure Super 55 or something, a variant of that. Very traditional vintage looking microphone. They're really, really great prop microphones. I can't see if this is... I think this might be plugged in. There might be a cable leading out the back of it. Doesn't matter one way or the other. I don't know whether they'd have recorded on this or not, but they're a fantastic prop microphone because they set a feel. There's something vintage quality about that microphone, and so it gives you that sort of slightly old school feeling about it, which is really, really nice. It was a great choice of a prop for this. And I love that Riley just comes in and they're singing across the microphone to each other. Eye contact, all that sort of thing. It's such a lovely way of presenting this. Also kind of curtain bookended, not quite, because it crosses over, Riley's in front of it rather than between it, but the curtains on either side of the window and things like that. Lovely touches of just how this has been staged.
Say nighty night and kiss me.
Even there, the harmony that Riley's singing at this point is not quite what you'd expect. He's traveling, he starts underneath, travels above, drops back down again. It's really, there's a lot of motion in this, but because it's sung so sweetly and so calmly, it kind of disguises exactly how much is going on.
Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm...
And I love this element too, I was waiting for this shot, of having the mirror behind, so we can also see a reflection of the performance happening as well, and obviously they play with that throughout. But it's just, again, the microphone almost center in the mirror, and it's a beautiful setup. Very, very simple, the white sort of fur rug on the floor, then the rug that they're standing on. There's so little to it, but it's so effective in creating a vibe. The brick wall, the painted wall, the door frame that we're presumably seeing this through on the left-hand side there. Lots of little touches that just give it a little bit more character. This is a sense of a room in a home. It's not just a space, you know?
Tell me you'll miss me while
I love as they're singing "Tell Me You'll Miss Me." The lines are going down. The piano is climbing up behind them.
Tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone, as blue as can be. Dream.
And then a couple of slightly dissonant notes in there, but because they've established this as being quite a jazzy arrangement already, that's fine. It really works with what we're getting. And then we get this really cool kind of kaleidoscope effect. And I've worked with a cinematographer who's produced something very similar to this for a project I worked on by holding something, and I don't know what they're using here. Could almost be a glass the way it's being done, but you just hold something in front of the physical camera lens. It's not an after effect, or it's probably not. And it gives you this lovely effect of having this sort of kaleidoscope thing, but you can still focus on what's center frame. And in this case, that's the mirror. I think it looks like... I think this might actually be Riley here, possibly. And we're seeing it over his shoulder, but the kaleidoscope is creating the effect of superimposing the images. I'm not 100% sure how this is being achieved, but it's such a cool effect, and I love that it gives it this dreamy, eerie quality, this or airy quality as well. Eerie, maybe not quite the right word, but it's got this kind of surreal effect that's really, really cool for what the tone that they've set.
As blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still craving your kiss.
And I love that Riley here is singing the melody, but not quite. Like, he's making it a little his own, right?
Stars fading, but I linger on, dear.
That drop down, stars fading, but I linger on. No, but I linger on, dear. I can't remember how the original goes, but it doesn't do that. I linger on, dear. It doesn't do that drop down. I linger on, dear, or something like that. Now this is in my head. I can't think of the original. That's slightly odd. But I know he's kind of done something very slightly different there. Just a little embellishment, just little things creeping into the melody line now. And I also love how freely they switch the melody between them too. Really, really lovely stuff. They've always been good at that, and they're doing it really well in this.
Still craving your kiss.
That, like, kiss, still craving your kiss. That's the fifth bum bum, but she's singing the second. So we have this slightly more open chord between the two of them. Really, really nice touch.
Still craving your kiss.
Your kiss, I think is the line that she sings there. So she settles down onto the tonic, but then comes back off it for kiss. Leaves the kiss hanging in midair slightly. Really nice.
Still craving your kiss.
And that climbing piano line in the background too. Sorry, there's a surprising amount going on for two singers on a piano.
Your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this. Sweet dream.
Oh, and just beautiful transitions between these. The lovely their timing between the two of them, of course, is spot on. It always is. But that lovely day, this, the timing of those shifts there, absolutely beautiful.
Dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you.
And again, we come back to a slightly more standard, for want of a better phrase, I don't like that word, but a slightly more true to the original melody line there, but the harmony's still going somewhere a little bit different. So we kind of give and take with how much at any given moment liberties are being taken with that melody, and I really, really like that, because they always come back to the foundation, and it gives them, they earn the right to play a little bit. Really nice.
Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
I love that. We don't have the dream a little dream of me. They make that entirely their own. That's a beautiful line.
Dream a little dream of me.
And I love what Riley's doing there in particular. That they both
dream a little dream of whatever they be. Dream a little dream of me.
Dream a little dream of me. I can't quite catch what it is he's doing, but sorry, I'm just slightly transfixed by that line. It's such a beautiful harmony.
Dream a little dream of me.
Dream a little dream of me. He's kind of sitting around that fifth. It's such a lovely line, and it complements what she's doing so well, and fits in. I think Nathan, who did the piano arrangement for this, has absolutely nailed doing something interesting at all times that doesn't interfere with them at all. It's so good. And now he gets his moment. Oh, the slight movement in the finger. That's such a lovely moment to catch on film. And I love that we also, again, we've got this lovely counterpoint between these two scenes. Just this very slow sort of rotation that isn't really a dance, but at the same time kind of is with the baby in this scene. And at the same time you have this dip and these gentle moves, actual dance moves happening with Riley and Mackenzie in the other scene. And I love that counterpoint between the two. It's so beautiful. Oh, that rhythm there. Ba-da-da-da-da-da would be that ba-da-da-da-da-da. I love that. And then the harmony rhythm. Bum, bum, ba-bum. Such a cool rhythm on the piano. Small things like that just change up what we're listening to and really kind of reinvigorate what we're hearing. But this is such a cool way of... Jazz standards are great for that, which this really is. Because you can play with them, and as long as you have that grounding that I was talking about earlier, and he's doing it now in the piano, just as Riley and Mackenzie do with the vocals, you can play with it a little bit, and as long as you go away from and come back to what we understand the song to be, it gives you a lot of freedom to do stuff. That's why jazz standards are so great. You can play with them a little bit, and a lot of people do, and this is a really lovely way of doing that very gently. He drifts away, he comes back again, but he does it in a way that it's not jarring in any way. It's really nice. And there, that da 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 da, just a little bit of an arpeggiated riff there, just to fill in that little gap. And it's such a small thing, and that's what I mean. It's just a small thing to make it his own. It gives it this lovely sense of there's something really cool we just heard, but it's not like oh, what was that? That's not what we're getting here. It's still within this lovely calm feeling that we have around the song.
Stars fading, but I linger on, dear.
I love that line so much. Stars fading,
but I linger
on, dear. That descent there is just beautiful against the melody of the song.
On, dear.
Almost the melody of the song.
Still craving your kiss.
Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Right, stars fading, but I linger on, dear. There we go. That's what I've been trying to remember all this time. I knew it was the duh at the end of it, but I couldn't place the rest of it. And yet we have this lovely descent from Riley, which I think is actually a really nice adjustment to this.
Still, but I linger on, dear.
And it allows this beautiful harmony between the two of them.
Still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you.
Oh, and that going up there. Still dreams till sunbeams find you is what you expect, but that find you, there's a lovely hopefulness. Sweet dreams until sunbeams find you. They will. I'll see you again in the morning. It's such a beautiful, like that momentary lift there. Just stunning.
Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries far behind you.
Riley's line there too, just this beautiful harmony through, and then that far behind you. I can't quite make out what notes he's singing, but it's just adding so much to what Mackenzie is doing. It's just beautiful.
Dreams that leave all worries far behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
And I love that that's the first time we have, because we have the repeat at the end, but I love that even this time they're slowing down a little bit. It's not all held for the very ending of the song, right?
But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
Yeah, there's just a real nice pull there. Dream a little dream of me. And then we settle back down onto the me again. It's a lovely little change in tempo.
Dream a little dream of me.
And a lovely line from Riley to finish.
Dream a little dream of me.
And I love that we finish with the me. We finish on the tonic and the third below it, which is such a beautiful sound. Rather than doing the tonic and the fifth, which is a little bit more open, we have a firmer tonality here on that final chord. And I think a lot of people will say that the tonic and the fifth are the most important sounds when you're creating something. And indeed, if you're playing power chords on a guitar, those are the two notes that you do play, for example. But I think there is a lovely open security in the tonic and the third, because it establishes the key. It's D, D, not D, D. We're not minor, we know we're in major. And it's just such a lovely sound when you have that as a simple vocal duo. I really, really like that.
Me.
Absolutely stunning, and you have that lovely, gentle, and even the piano. Lovely flowing breath. There's just a moment, it's held for a moment there. It's like the piano, it's still held on, I think. Yeah, the chord is held on, but it's like he's taken a breath for a second before that final note. And it's just a lovely, beautiful way to just put a button on the end of that piece. That is stunning. I love that so much. They do such beautiful arrangements, and this one is no exception. I've been long overdue for a Hound and the Fox fix, and that was a really, really beautiful one to have. They're just two amazing vocalists, and the choice to add the piano into this was just really, really perfect. And Nathan, congratulations to you as well. That was a wonderfully arranged piano part. Wow. They're great. They really are great. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope I managed to bring something to you, be it the Hound and the Fox themselves, the song, although I'd be surprised if most people haven't heard the song. Maybe you've heard this version before, and I just brought you a little glimpse at something that makes you go, oh yeah, that is cool, or that's why I like that bit. If I've managed to achieve that, I'm a very happy person, so thank you. And especially if you're still here at the end, thank you very much for watching this with me. I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and English, David. Let's try that again. If you would care to donate to support the channel, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/DavidKreacts, at patreon.com/DavidKreacts, or right here on YouTube by leaving a super thanks. Thank you very much indeed for your time. I'm very grateful to those of you who choose to spend it with me, so thank you very much indeed. Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, nighttime, evening, tea time, lunchtime, second breakfast, whatever time it happens to be for you. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.